Hi, it's Brad for bradthepainter.com. Just a very quick word on the very best paint for trim. We only really use two, or we recommend two. Sometimes customers provide their own paint, which actually we charge more. We charge more when they do that because if they buy some off-brand paint, it spits and drips. We don't even know what we're going to get. But with Advance and with Regal, this is the old label. Oh, this is the matte. This is not the trim paint, but the Regal semi-gloss is the number two. And in fact, we use the Regal more than we use the Advance. But if you really want it to look like oil, like the fine trim that it used to, the way painters used to paint with oil, Advance is the thing to use. And there's one more thing to say about that, but first I just wanted to talk about the brushes that they recommend. I actually did email Purdy. Purdy is the brand that is now owned by Sherwin-Williams, as Sherwin-Williams gobbles up all the smaller brands out in the paint world, everything but Benjamin Moore. And I think Benjamin Moore is going to eventually go out of business because of Sherwin-Williams competition. Not the friendliest company. However, Purdy is the best brush, and I think they're leaving Purdy alone. They bought them, but they're not telling them how to change because the brushes haven't changed. And I asked what's the best for Advance, and they recommended the XL. This is one of the XLs. This brush is maybe 3 years old or something, 2 or 3 years old, and you can tell a few times I've let the paint dry a little bit too much, or I couldn't wire brush it clean, and it's gotten a little stiffer, but it was stiff to begin with. This is an Nylox, which is our #1 brush, which is also fine for Advance. This one's a little softer, and it was inspected by Hannah. Hey, thanks, Hannah. So either one of these brushes is just fine. I think when I asked what's the best for Advance, I think they had to come up with an answer, and maybe they want to sell some XL Elites. I don't know. But the one thing I wanted to say about Advance is, for instance, when we paint with any other paint, any other water-based paint, these are both water-based paints. For instance, Regal semi-gloss, we would roll and tip out, and then whatever's in our brush we would cut this line here. If we're painting the wall, that's a different topic. There are other posts on the website you can see. I would start with the trim. I would paint right. I would put right on the wall. I wouldn't worry about it until later, and I would have that corner completely filled. So it's the rolling and the tipping out, and then you leave little brush marks. You can't see in the video, but I can see that this was latex paint. It was brushed, and I can still see the brush marks. But with Advance, it dries differently. And actually, this is a pearl. The semi-gloss, same thing, or pearl. You would roll on. You either use a pan or a bucket. Of course, I think I've talked about enough times that we use the bucket. You roll your paint on. You do not need to tip it out with Advance because it dries so slowly it enamelizes. It dries like a spray. Actually, it looks like oil-based paint, and that's the whole point. It's a water-based alkyd, and when we used to say, oh, what kind of paint do you want? We want an alkyd, and that automatically meant water-based paint. I'm sorry, oil-based paint. Alkyds always meant oil-based. But they've come up with this, quote-unquote, advance in the chemistry, and now they have an alkyd in water-based paints. And it really does look great. It looks a lot better than the Regal or any other semi-gloss latex paint, water-based paint. So I hope that helps. This video is going to be posted on a post called The Best Trim Paint on the bradthepainter.com website. Thanks a lot. See you later. Bye-bye.